What's up, guys? My name is Luca Kassab, and welcome to Fresh on Clips. OKC just took Denver out of the playoffs, winning Game 7. Game's still going, 5 minutes left, but Jalen Pickett's in the game, Kenrich Williams, Hunter Tyson. This game's been done. And OKC wins the series. There was a lot of talk saying that Denver had the upper hand. They have the experience. Jokic and Murray played 6 Game 7s up to now. Shea only played one, and that was in the bubble. J-Dub, Chet, all of the younger dudes, Kaysen, haven't played a Game 7 yet. J-Dub, a guy who he played horribly in Game 6. The loss, as he said, falls on him. There's a lot of talk going into this game about how Denver has the upper hand. They have the experience. And in the first quarter, it looked like that. You had OKC who came out rattled, losing 26 to 21 at the end of the first. Jokic was getting to the line. The Thunder were 1 for 8 from three in the first quarter, with AC hitting the first one. 1 for 3 from Caruso, 0 for 2 from Case, and 0 for 2 from Dort. And the 2-3 zone that they were running, Denver, it was working. Their shooters were rattled. Kaysen passed up a couple open threes. Chet was short on all his jumpers. Lou Dort, not a consistent three-point shooter. Shea wasn't getting the looks because he's getting doubled every time. It looked like this was about to be a hard-fought game. And then that's where, oh, and let's mention the four missed layups from OKC in the first quarter. Two from A. Wiggs, one of them just straight backboard. One from Chet, one from Dort. They looked rattled. But that was when OKC figured out the solution to this 2-3 zone. What they began to do was they brought Cason Wallace in the game, a bench plug, one of my guys. Him, Caruso, both of them came in. They went away from the double bigs in Hart and Chet, which they've been running all season. And instead they went to, okay, let's throw Kaysen at the high post and let's get a backdoor. Let's put Jokic in the action. When Jokic is coming up, playing the high post action of Kaysen, they have Chet, J-Dub, iHeart, someone diving backdoor. I can count just in the first half alone 6 lobs that were thrown by at the high post with either Kaysen, J-Dub, Caruso catching it and playing off it. And that was the big thing. That was the big thing that really shifted the game was getting the ball to the high post, creating looks out of the high post, either the back doors. Caruso kept shooting the three ball, even though he wasn't hitting to begin with. The confidence stayed there. That's something Caruso has always done and will always do. And then Denver, what they began, I don't know what Adelman was doing. He pulled a Mike Malone, it felt like. Mike Malone had stretches where he would not play both Jamal Murray and Jokic at the same time. And their net rating this season was the lowest it could have been without them. And they were the worst in the NBA without them, both on the court. Without one of them on the court. And Adelman in a Game 7 starts the second quarter without Jokic or Murray. And just in that run alone, it was an 8-0 run in the first minute 33. And iHeart put back, solidified a timeout being called, and guess what? Jokic right back in. And they went from 26 to 21 to now it's 29 to 26. Momentum shifted. Another big thing that happened was the Denver Nuggets had Jokic. They were playing him in the post. They were getting good looks. They were feeding him in the post. They switched Alex Caruso onto him. Same thing they've been doing all series. They have one of the bigs guarding Jokic, the other big guarding CB, daring CB to shoot the ball. CB had a great game today. Couldn't hit a three, still had 19 points, was all over the place. Didn't get the ball enough in transition. But OKC switched it. Caruso on to Jokic. More physicality. Yes, less size, but it allows Chet or iHeart, because instead of playing both, they only played one. It let them be a roam regarding CB or Westbrook, whichever one you wanted. And after that, it was gone. Strother, a guy who he had 15 points in their massive, or 17 points in their massive win in Game 6, force Game 7. He wasn't even looking at the basket. He was rattled. P. Watt was 0 for 4. Strother had a play in the second quarter, dribble handoff to Westbrook, where he just fumbled the dribble handoff. Didn't look to score once. Lou Dort was not guarding him too tightly, and he still messed it up. The nerves got the best of him. And J-Dub, let's talk about him. 24 today, 17 in the second quarter. He had a stretch today off 3 steals. He got the first one, got the set, it's dunked it. got the second one, dunked it. Caruso got a third one. These are three consecutive plays from the minute 10 mark to the 42nd mark. Caruso gets a steal, waits for J-Dub, athletic finish. Personal 6-0 run in three possessions off three steals. That's what OKC does. And they switch everything. They play physical and they run. And that was the key today because MPJ's already hurt. MPJ's shoulder looked messed up today. 3 for 8 today, over 4 from 3, was not hitting his shots, but they just don't have better options. AG, grade 2 hamstring strain. As impressive as it was that he was playing, he still got double-digit boards. He played his role. He could not run either. So that's two guys, two key rotational guys, two starters. Your third and fourth best players both hurt. So what Denver could not do was run the floor. So OKC pushed the pace. OKC ended up with 32 points off turnovers and 24 points in transition. That's just how they play basketball. Denver couldn't take care of the ball. Jokic was turning the ball over. Murray, Westbrook, and they had six guys with at least 2 turnovers in the third quarter with 5 minutes left. It's not winning basketball. You're not going to win a game, especially against a savvy OKC team, throwing turnovers because that means fast break points. That's more looks, and it continues to push. J-Dub, 17-point second quarter was huge. But then the final 3 minutes of the second quarter was where it really shifted. OKC had 18 points on 7 for 7 from the field. Denver had 5 points on 2 for 5 from the field in a 3-minute stretch. That is where OKC took over the game. And it all started with Cason Wallace and Caruso's energy off the bench. This is a team that's been running 10 deep all postseason. J. Will did not get minutes until the end. Isaiah Joe, their best shooter, didn't get minutes today because he doesn't defend well enough. They went to their best 8 players. Cason Wallace made an impact off the bench. Cason Wallace, a guy who started for a good chunk of the year, came in, tons of energy, 2 steals, 9 points, good reads out of the high post, elite defensive play. And then you have Caruso, who that's their veteran. Him and Ihart are their vets. Caruso won a championship in 2020. He has playoff experience. And he really showed that today with his 11 points, 3 steals, 3 boards, 3 assists. Jokic was 2 for 6 in the first half when Caruso was guarding him. And then let's just talk the other Denver guys. We've given a lot of praise to OKC. I'm going to give praise to SGA with his 35 points. He really took over at the end, though it did not matter as much. His shots started falling. You have Chet Holmgren, who he had 17 and 11. Great game from him defensively, great help on Jokic, even being the primary Jokic defender, which we haven't seen much this series. It's mainly Ben Ihart. Then Denver's side, you just didn't have a good enough game from your shooters. Jokic rarely goes away from trusting his guys, but he did today. He was looking people off. He wasn't passing, which led to strips from like Lou Dort, for example, in the third quarter. Stripped it from Jokic because he looked off CB. CB, again, great game today, but was 2 for 9 from 3. Murray, 6 for 16 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3. Murray's an all-time Game 7 player, and he just did not perform. Then you have MPJ, 0 for 4 from 3. We mentioned P. Watt, 0 for 3 from 3, 0 for 4 from the field. Missed 2 free throws, too. But that was just all it was today. Is while Jokic had 29 and 7, he wasn't good enough either. He was getting beat backdoor out of the zone every time it felt like. Wasn't making quick reads, started lacking trust in his teammates, with which Shea, on the other hand, trusted his teammates today, partially because he had to, but he did do so. Just was not a good enough effort from Denver. Kind of makes sense for Denver. They have back-to-back game sevens, and then you're playing against a team that goes 10 deep, while a guy like Westbrook, who is so good this postseason, round one, shot 42% from 3, shot less than 20% from 3, was not as good, was more out of control than he has been in all season, in my opinion. And then AG and PJ, they're hurt. You're not getting everything out of them. Denver needs to go add some depth this offseason. Adelman got out coached today, but Adelman did show stretches that he could be a good coach. He should continue to coach this team. He is a player's coach. But the lack of depth really did kill Denver. OKC, their defense remained elite. Their shot creators hit shots. And their depth, they're going to go back to running a 10-man, maybe 9 at worst with no J. Will minutes. But they now get a matchup against Anthony Edwards and crew. It's going to be a fun series. We'll have a breakdown for it tomorrow, but the OKC Thunder really just did that. Caruso, huge for them. Shout out Caruso, shout out Shea, and won the MVP battle. Should win MVP. Let's see if they give it to him, though. Weird they haven't announced it yet. And for Denver, get healthy this offseason. I don't know what contracts outside of Zeke and Najee they can really trade, but you got to figure out some guys to put around Jokic because Murray, solid number 2, works. AG's hustler. I don't like AG, but great person, great basketball player, insane role player. And CB, they need to get out and transition more to maximize CB. He better lock himself in the gym and shoot threes. But we'll see what happens. OKC going to the conference finals, led by Clippers Golden Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and J-Dub. And they get to match up against Anthony Edwards and crew. Going to be a fun series. Have a breakdown on it tomorrow.
Clippers bring it in. 5 seconds to go. Tie game. Seatbelts are fastened. Lou Williams for the win. Bingo!
Oh my goodness!
God, he got it! 1 second left. Clippers by 2.
The 3 for the tie. Oh my goodness! I don't believe